Charred forest land is an all-too-common sight across west-central Louisiana this year. The area saw much of its timber decimated by Hurricanes Laura and Delta in 2020, and paired with this year's historic drought and heat, Louisiana is experiencing its worst wildfire season ever.
They've got 3 years age on them to dry out, and so they are a large source of our ground fuels that are carrying the fire and also impeding the progress of our fire control units.
Weather has and is playing a role in the fires, both in number and intensity, but the human element is just as significant.
We're currently looking at least half of them being arson sets in the area, and probably 50% of them lightning strikes.
Much of the timber will not be salvageable, which is a huge economic hit for an area of Louisiana that is dependent on the timber industry.
If it's a merchantable stand, especially a mature stand that's already grown up into a saw timber size stand, you could be looking at $2,000 to $2,500 an acre worth of loss for landowners.
Unlike row crops, forest landowners do not have the option to insure their timber. These losses could lead to economic hardships for multiple generations.
These folks were counting on this for retirement income, for college funds for kids or grandkids, and now they no longer have this income source, and they now have a burden of the cost of trying to reforest it.
Hutchins says there are some cost-sharing programs that can help offset some of the reforestation costs, and he recommends contacting a local extension office for directions with that process. With the LSU Ag Center, this is Craig Gautreaux reporting.
More than 50,000 acres of forest have already burned in the state of Louisiana. Now, keep in mind, the typical Louisiana wildfire season begins in mid-September and runs through Thanksgiving.